Hello, 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 everybody. We are here. Ta-da! There we go.
Good morning, good morning for you.
Good morning for me and good afternoon for you. You got time, Laura. We're all good. Go ahead and
Have to restream it to my.
do what you need to
There
do.
we go.
Do what you need to do. I don't know about you, but it is what. Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
It's 55 degrees right now.
It's 55 and there's a chill in the air.
Oh
So
yeah.
I had to wear a sweatshirt today, and I got the heater on in here because it's a little bit deep. Well,
Is that not typical for your area?
I don't know. It doesn't feel. I don't know. That I'm getting older. Now I'm getting older. I'm like, oh, it's cold in here.
Is it cold in here?
I think I blame it all on the menopause. I think it's the menopause that's helping us.
I got the
Anyway,
opposite. I got menopause, so I just heat up. Colder the better.
I think that's what's happening, everybody. Menopause and menopause, it's opposite. Anyway, welcome, everybody, to our menopause and many pauses for our mystical Monday musings. My name is Elias Patras. I'm an intuitive motivator, psychic medium, and I am always joined with my amazing co-host,
Laura Wooster. I'm on the East Coast. Always happy to connect with you on Mondays.
East Coast and West Coast. It is going amazing. And Laura, before we get started, just for everybody to know, I'm super excited because we were supposed to come your way and down yonder. So really, we were supposed to go to Florida. We're going to go to Florida to visit my friend in Naples, and obviously that's not going to happen. So we're leaving tomorrow morning. We're going to Seattle to go visit our eldest son in school. He's a freshman in school, so it's 3 hours away. We're going to spend 2 days in Seattle and go to the Needle and go. There's a cool garden that it's all glass. Have you been to Seattle?
I've never been to Seattle.
It's super, and we're going to this big Pike's Market, which is a big, huge farmers market. It's supposed to be phenomenal. And so I'm excited to do all that fun stuff. And then we come back. I was like, can we stay here the 3 days? And yeah. So we're going to come back on our anniversary. So 2 years married on October 17th.
Oh, congratulations. 2 years. Wow, that went by fast.
Very fast. All right. Now that I've stalled enough to get everybody in here, we're all good. Welcome, everybody. Hello, Lori and Isabel and Jean. Carson, good morning. Joyce says, good morning. 39 degrees. Burr. Rose, good morning. It's cold in here. Yes. Kat, good morning. Good to see you. All of a sudden, I remembered an appointment. Oh my gosh. It's for us Midwesterners, think it doesn't get cold here, but we do get 6 feet of, we don't get 6 feet of snow. I know, thank God. Delora, good afternoon. You need to woman up. Oh, okay. On the East Coast on Saturday through Thursday. Your first time in Connecticut.
Oh, wonderful. You'll be here just
there. Well, I've asked her what she's doing in Connecticut.
Probably leaf peeping, I would think. It should be in Connecticut. The colors should be really beautiful this week. It's moving south through here. So
Lori's she's in hot California, so 80 degrees, and Sunday was cold and super foggy. Yes, Seattle, love it. Delora, she's funny. Woot woot to the rooster. That's funny. All right, everybody, welcome. Fish throwing. I know. Have you heard they do fish?
That's what I heard. Yeah, that they throw fish there, and it's like a major thing to watch.
Where are we going to catch it? That's what I was. No, I'm not doing it. Oh gosh. Younger brother, yes, leaves too hopeful, and New Haven pizza. New Haven pizza. Is that a thing? I don't know what that is. Okay. First for me. Okay. It's fun. Okay.
Something every day. Yeah.
Well, in honor of the full moon coming up on the 17th, remember, guys, 3 days before, 3 days after is when you feel that full moon energy. And I decided to use Let the Moon Be Your Guide. I'm going to use the Moonology Oracle cards by Yasmin Boland today. And as I was shuffling, 2 fell out. So I figure it's a twofer day. Today's a twofer day. So look at this, everybody. The energy is gaining momentum. The energy is gaining momentum. You're very close to achieving your goal. What that is like, let's go, let's go, let's go. So
Yeah.
this is a very exciting, very exciting. What are you using today?
I am using the Psychic Tarot deck, which is my go-to deck all the time. And you could tell by the way that it looks, it's like this deck is so well worn. It's like corners are falling off of it. So 2 cards popped out here for me. So interesting, little bit of a challenging energy, but not a bad thing either. So it's coming up here, the Truth card and Obstacles and Challenges. So when these 2 cards come up together, what this often means is that what you believe to be true, what you believe to be true in the world will be challenged in some way. And so it's reminding you to get back to basics, but what's the core of who you are and what you stand for, to focus on that and do not focus on the noise and the opinions that people come at you for things that you do. It's a reminder to get back to your soul, get back to your spirit, get back to your core. What is true for you? What is it that you need in your life right now? And don't listen to the noise. All right. So it just says it's going to take a little bit of a challenge. It's a little bit of a challenge to get through some things that might be the things that might challenge what you feel is true for you. So not a bad thing. It's a growth. It's a growth thing.
I like, and Dolores says, "Ooh, feeling that." Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as a reminder, everybody, please do us a favor and go to our YouTube channels and like and subscribe. That really always helps us so much, and we appreciate it. So don't forget to do that. Does anybody have any questions that they'd like us to dive into? And we love the specific questions. General is going to get you a general answer, but a little specific will get you a little bit more of hopefully what you need to hear. And here's a question for you, Laura.
Yes.
Somebody that's starting out with oracle cards.
Yeah.
What would you suggest for them to do? Like, do they need to like put it in the sun and then shake a rattle and then maybe take a tapestry and shake it over them? Or is some people, I'm kidding. Some people like to knock 3 times.
I like that.
Yeah.
Tap it on my desk. Yeah.
I always tap. Yeah. But see, because if I knock 3 times, then I have to sing it. Knock 3 times on the oracle cards. Twice on my head. Bonk, bonk. If the answer is no.
We're so showing our age. Stop it.
Thank you. I just spit on my computer screen.
And I'm sure I was trying to figure out Tony, Orlando, and Dawn, but Dawn is 2 people. So I'm like, what's up with that?
Right. Morning and afternoon dawn. I don't know. I have no idea. Every time Tony Orlando came on when I was younger, my dad's like, look, it's Tony Orlando. I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, I know. And he's like, do you know that he's Puerto Rican and Greek? I'm like, thanks.
Was he really? I had no idea.
Anybody that was Greek, my dad knew it. It was just it's a Greek thing. I have no idea. Thank you, Isabel. I know, crazy, right? All right. Any questions for today? Do you have questions on Tony Orlando? Or
Not that we can answer that.
No. Maybe they were both named Dawn. Oh,
yeah.
That's
So
fine.
rather than doing a plural Dawns, it makes it easier
Dawns,
to say
right?
Dawn.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Anybody have any questions, comments, or
So when
concerns?
it comes like we're waiting for a question. Oracle cards, like whatever feels right to you, whatever feels like makes the card special to you, go for it. I've never really felt the need to put them in the moonlight or
Right. Yeah.
I've smudged them
Yes.
I've done that, especially a new deck. If I'm going to be using it regularly, I will run it through the smoke of incense or smudging it. If you're burning like Palo Santo or something like that. But typically all I need to do is, like you said, tap on it, shuffle it. Shuffle it's like the best thing you do to reset a deck and recharge it, and get your energy into it. Some people zip it, there are no dons. We're just speculating. Sorry about that. So yeah, so anything like that. Some people like to sleep with them underneath their pillow to really
Mm.
get the energy into them, but I don't think it takes much. It doesn't have to be complicated. Whatever feels right to you.
So Lori has a question, and Lori, this is a yes/no question. So is there a way that you could reframe that? Is my relationship going to be better now that there's more money coming for bills? So I'm going to ask you, I'm going to be that person and say, what do you feel, Lori? So what's your hope about that? If you're asking, there's a reason why you're asking. So what is the go deeper with this question about maybe a how. Joyce says, I was teasing you, not being rude.
I know.
Okay.
It's all good. All good, Joy.
Harry Belafonte tells of when his mother went to this concert.
Who's Norm?
Her husband.
Oh. Sorry, Delora, I didn't know.
Lori says, maybe. Okay, maybe. And I don't wrap my 85 decks in purple silk or boxes. 85 decks. Wow, Rose.
That's impressive.
That's a lot. You could do a whole, you could wallpaper a whole room with that, all those decks. Okay. So Lori, while you're reframing your question, okay, Dolores says, I'm returning to what is the priority of my focus. Fascinating.
Ooh, Delora. Rejoice in celebration. Woohoo! A lot of times, not all the time, but when I see this card, a lot of times it means that, the universe coming together, connections, colleagues coming together, celebrate you. Okay. But also sometimes when this comes up, it's to remind us that we have a spiritual team that we cannot see. We may sense, but may not be able to see, that is coming together to support you in this. So that my sense is that's a little bit more of that right now is your team is coming forward, your spiritual team, not only in the physical world, but in the spiritual realm. So there you go.
Yep. And don't let your past hold you back. So that's really fascinating because sometimes when we return to the prior focus of what we had, you've already shifted stuff. So don't let your past hold you back. I like that card a lot.
Yeah.
Pat has a question. Do you let others touch your deck, or is that a no-no?
When I'm doing readings in person, I typically handle them myself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people can get a little too enthusiastic with the cards. But if I know them and I know they're not going to start shuffling through them wildly, then I will let people touch them. But typically I'm the one who touches them. Just by experience, because I've done too many psychic fairs.
You and I both. I remember when someone was like, oh my God, I ripped your card.
Can I have this one?
No. Let me go ahead and give you the Greek eyebrow. And okay. Thank you, Lori. Lori says, how will the relationship change now that there is more money coming in? Now that is a very good question. Let me pick a card for you, and let's look at a card.
So I already pulled cards, Lori. So I'm going to go while you're shuffling, Eliza, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've got 3 cards. This one, and then this one. So the first one is the present circumstances. So this is letting go of the past and moving forward into new patterns, letting go of old patterns, going into new patterns. So that's what's happening now, presently. The second card, trapped in fear. Now notice the blue around this. I often will talk, when this card comes up, I'll often talk about, look at the glass, allegedly, the window. There's no glass in that window. Okay. So this is the mental energy around this. This is trapped in fear. This is the unfounded fears around the situation. It's going to the worst case scenario in your mind. Now notice as well the 8 right there, abundance. Okay. So the truth is abundance is turning in a different direction here in a good way for you. But for a little while, you're going to be a little antsy about the financial situation. So just remember you're going in the right direction. And things are getting better. And this is, again, we always talk about affirmations. Every day, my financial situation gets better and better. Kind of try to go back to that rather than going into this fearful space. And then the last one, foundation and achievements. Look at this beautiful card. Now, notice the 4. 4 is the number of foundation, okay? And also the home connection here. So family connections, things like that. Beautiful, balanced, people focused on the home together, arms supported around each other. So that's where you're heading towards as this goes forward. So there you go.
So, Lori, I've shuffled the cards and a card fell out. I reshuffled the cards and a card fell out. I reshuffled a third time and the same card fell out.
This is going.
So I'm going to give you 3 cards as well because I'm like, no, we just had this card. I can't say this card. We just had it. So clearly, I'm going to tell you this. Okay. Number 1, it's time to release negativity. Any negativity around that situation, kind of like Laura was talking about, it is time to let that go. It's time to take action. So I'm going to just tell you this, and I'm going to give you a stare right into the camera as I tell you this. As I show this, it's time to take action. Remember, action speaks louder than words. Action. If you're not getting the action piece when you're saying, I need X, Y, and Z from the relationship, and they're just giving you lip, action is going to speak louder than words. But don't let pride get in your way. Right? So sometimes it's like, well, I should stay because of this, and I should because of that, and I should because of this. Well, you have to take care of you, and maybe the money has come in for you, not for the relationship, but for you. Again, the choice is yours, but I'm going to tell you this. Don't let your past hold you back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With the Greek eyebrow. There you go.
Yeah. Old patterns. Goodbye, old patterns. Whatever that may encompass. Let's see.
Kelly. Let's see. I only have one deck. Awesome. Is that South Node?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yeah. This was South Node. Yeah. South Node. Thank you both. You're welcome. Kelly says, could I have a card, please? Any guidance regarding how I can best support my daughter, Za? Okay.
Okay. All righty.
Ooh, that just flew right out.
Interesting. Okay.
Very interesting.
I don't know what the circumstances are around this, Kels, but that's okay. We'll keep that to yourself, whatever that may be. Interesting card that came up with this. The first thing is, when I was shuffling the cards, I kept getting this strange sense of the thought processes with your daughters and what their thinking is, or what to think, what they feel they should think, what people think they should think. I'm like, what is this? It was like, what is up with this? If we were in a private session, I'd be digging deep into this, but I'm going to pull up a card here and I hope it makes sense. Deception and envy. Again, the cards that I pulled earlier were about truth, right? This is also about truth. This is when I see this mask coming off here. A lot of times, and I feel like it might be if you have two daughters here, that one might be approaching the situation differently than the other. Okay, so the one thing is here is what I'm sensing is that one is masking what she really feels about the situation, whatever this situation may be, and not being truthful about what her own feelings are about it. And I feel like the other situation, and it might be a crossover here as well, that someone is putting forth what they believe that people should think about what they're thinking, if that makes any sense. It's almost like that she's trying to create a safe space for herself in some way. So I hope that makes sense. But how can you help them by reminding them that they're safe to share what they feel is true for them to you without any repercussions as far as that? I just feel a need for them to be able to share in a safe space and whatever they feel about whatever the situation is that you're dealing with. So there you go.
Awesome. The two cards that fell out, it's fascinating because they're both water signs and they're both new moon.
Yeah.
So new moon and water. So a lot of new things coming up for the emotions. So meditate and contemplate, and you and your loved ones are safe. So fascinating to read that together with everything I just said is like, emotions are coming up, new emotions are coming up. And the best way for me to what I'm getting out of this is a lot of communication and maybe new kind of communication, asking more questions first. Because, I know as a step parent, I know as doing this work, sometimes we always want to give that advice, but it's always finding out more information so we can give the most productive advice. So there you have it. Dolores says, thank you both. Isabel says, may I have a card? I'm having husband trouble too.
So we're going to rephrase that question. Well, it's not even a question. What do you need to know about your current situation with your husband? Okay.
Right.
All right. Okay, I already pulled a couple of cards for this. Oh, you're welcome, Lori. You're welcome. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, good. So, interesting here. So I've got a couple of cards here. Now, don't panic when I show you these cards, okay? Right? All right. So this one actually says patience and planning right here. I know this is my well-worn card. It's all about the physical life, the patience. So what this tells me is that there's things in place right now that are unfolding very slowly. They're not moving in the direction very quickly that you'd like them to. All right. So as long as you've created the space for change, just know it's happening, even if you haven't seen the results of that just yet. Okay. With the relationship, conflict and defeat. Now, this is the one I'm saying, don't be too concerned with this because this is also mental energy. Notice the blue around it. Okay. The blue border. It may feel like things aren't moving in the direction you'd like them to, that you might feel a bit defeated with the current situation. But to continue to focus on what you feel is a healthy relationship, what you feel you need to create a healthy relationship. And the outcome of this, I'm not going to tell you, like, we can't tell you which way this is going to go, but we're looking for your highest and best good, right? So always focus on what is the best for you, okay? And keep working towards that. And be aware of being, if this partnership is kind of drifting apart, how can we bring it back together? And if you're doing everything you can to plan to make these things go in a better direction, if you're doing everything you can, that's time to revisit that. So that's what I'm seeing.
Kelly says to Kat, I'm holding space for you. Yes, my preteen is having mental health issues and thought of self-harm. Blessings from your son. And then Kat says, same as Kelly, my teen son is really struggling. Card on best way to support or guide him. She also asked this. She just got her first deck and thought about having him pull a card, which is why I asked about others touching them.
Yeah. Oh, totally. No, that's family. Yeah, we're talking about people coming to like a psychic fair or something like that.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, then you know what? It puts him in the driver's seat, being able to pull a card as well. So that's probably what he needs right now. Talking about teenagers right now, and obviously being a teenager is challenging in any time, but now especially it's incredibly challenging. And so it's like some of the cards that I brought up before. Yeah, what is true for them? No, they can't be judged for what they're feeling and what they're trying to process. There's a lot to process. There's so much being thrown at them about how they should feel, how they should look, how they should be, how should more so than ever before. And so this can really undermine even the strongest teenager's mind and sense of self. So just to listen to them, even if you know what they're saying, that it's not true as far as like how they see themselves, because I'm sure you see them as beautiful and the beautiful beings that they are. But it's really, when someone's struggling so hard, it's really important to listen to how they see the world, how they see themselves, so that you can help them from where they are. So that's what I'm seeing here. Do you have anything to add, Elias, to that?
I do. So, Kat, it's kind of, this is going to sound simplistic, but just take a moment. When we're wrapped up in stuff and so wound up in it, we don't take time to breathe it out. So take time to breathe it out. Hold the situation, hold your son dear. What do I need to know for my highest good? Take a moment to breathe in, breathe that out. And then in the next breath, that's what after you're like, and then something pops in, that would be the next beat to look at and bring love into the situation. Not that you don't, Kat, but really bring love in. Because sometimes when we can look at it, take 2 steps back, we can see a bigger picture. Sometimes when we're, oh my God, 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 and then we take a step back, we can see a little bit clearer. So just think about that.
Too, that keeps popping up, especially with her son. I just feel like I don't know if he's just not getting outside at all, or if he's just, I just feel like I want to get fresh air and go for a walk. Like, I feel like this is kind of like a reset for him. Kind of let some of the cobwebs fall away a bit. Okay.
So I know you answered Isabel's question. Carla wants a general card for the rest of the year. And I'm trying to catch up, guys. And
the rest of this year, I'll pull a card while you're sorting through that.
Dolores says, for me, the greatest lesson that I focused on with my son was confidence in self and trusting his own judgment.
Yeah.
Listen when he was processing, allow him to come to his own conclusion.
Beautiful. Exactly.
Thank you both, and prayers to you, Kelly. If you ever need to chat, you've got a friend here. That's beautiful. Thanks, Kat. Okay, so we've got Carmen, we've got and Carla. And Carla, I'm going to answer this really quick while Laura's picking a card. We had a film crew do a movie about shadow people last weekend. Should I smudge, cleanse the house? Here's the thing. This is for everybody. Whenever you're feeling like you need to, do it.
Yeah.
If you're even questioning it, do it. Because there's something about the intuition. It's like, should I cleanse? That's your brain. But your intuition saying, oh, girl, you need to cleanse. You need to cleanse. So I would go ahead and cleanse. What do you think, Laura?
Oh, definitely. And you know what? A reminder too that, thoughts are things, they, even if, I don't know if this was a documentary type of situation or if it was a dramatic type of situation that was being filmed there. But the thought process that, the thoughts that we put out there, whether it be, what people were looking for in that space or what they were trying to direct in that space or what they're trying to film in that space, those thoughts are going into the ether, into the area of the house. So even if, let's just say, we can argue about shadow people a lot. We could talk about it. It's a deep subject. But even if they didn't exist, you would feel them in the room because people have put those thought forms out there. Does that make sense? Okay. it's very interesting. It's like, I'm going to, not to digress, I know we got people to go to. There was a really high profile place here in Massachusetts that there was a high profile murder that was there, right? And so back when I was doing paranormal investigating, we went to visit this place, and the weirdest thing, a lot of people would come, tourists would come and go into the spaces where these things happened, and you can only imagine, like, people would try. I felt, when I would go into these spaces, I felt less of the actual incident that happened and more so the thoughts that people had about the incident that happened. So remember that thoughts are very powerful, and it's an energy, and it puts that into the space. And it's not to be afraid of having a bad thought in your own space, but just to remember that, yeah, we do need to clear our spaces because it does make an imprint. All right. So hope that makes sense. Long story.
No, that's good. That's really good. That's an important point.
Yeah.
So here's really quick, Carla, for the rest of the year. Be bold and make the first move. Be bold and make the first move.
And throat chakra, make sure you tell people what you feel, and share. This is about asking for help too. So if you need some help and assistance with something, it's okay to ask for that.
Carmen, can I get one for my finances?
Okay. Alrighty.
Laura's like, oh wait, where is that? So I stay away because she's moving out east in a couple months.
It's south. No, you're on the North Shore. This is on the south, so don't worry about it.
There you go.
You're totally fine. It's an interesting place, though, let me tell you. Okay. Okay, who are we pulling this card for?
For Carmen.
Carmen, solitude, finances. Okay. Let me pull some more things on this.
So while Laura's doing that, I'm going to give you this card and just go with this. Okay, just go with this. It's a waning moon. What do you need to release? So Carmen, what's keeping you from achieving the financial gain that you want to keep? What is it? Thought process, emotional process, are words that you tell yourself that keep you from financial gain. So what do you need to release about that? Because you're a manifester, sister. You manifested that job 1, 2, 3. It's funny. So little backstory, and I know you're comfortable with me saying it because I asked you to say it. So Carmen's local, and we did a despacho ceremony, which is really cool. It's Peruvian based, so cool. Anyway, and I said, I don't know. I said, I just feel like something's going to happen with a job, and I think you're going to get a couple offers. She's like, okay, Liz, whatever. And she got 3 offers within a week.
Wonderful.
3 different jobs. So Carmen, you can manifest the heck out of your finances. So there you go. There you go.
So this is just, okay, take care of the things that you know within your power. When I see this card coming up, okay. So whatever you can do within your power. When this card comes up as well, it might indicate there's a little bit of time before you feel like this is resolved. So patience with this, okay? Don't feel like just because things aren't moving very quickly that it's not moving in the right direction. Okay, things can change overnight very quickly in a very positive way. So just focus on that. Just know that every step that you're working towards your increase in finances or improvement in finances is actually helping, even if you haven't seen the results of that yet. Okay, and the last card, material harvest. Boom, there you are. So just know everything you're doing, working, it looks like you're working very hard to make this happen, to turn around your financial situation. Don't know that the seeds that you're planting right now will pay off. And it feels like and I don't think it's another job or thing or another position coming into play here, but I just feel I wouldn't say it's a windfall, but I feel like there's something that's growing here that seems to move very quickly, and then it's almost like overnight. Not that you're going to win the lottery, but overnight it's like, oh, I feel better now. This feels better. I feel like I know I'm moving in the right direction. So it's coming. So keep working on that, okay?
And Carmen, if you do win the lotto, please Please open up a retreat center. Okay. Um, Dolores says Chappaquiddick. I feel
No,
like
no.
last year. Thank you. Yeah, penicillin works really quick for Chappaquiddick. Thank you. What is Chappaquiddick?
Oh, yeah. Google Chappaquiddick Kennedy, and it'll all make sense.
Okay. Carmen says thank you both, and she's like, yes. Okay, great. I can't believe 1, 2, 3. Here we are. This goes like this. It goes like this. What do you got coming up, Laura?
I have a class on the 21st online called Introduction to Mediumship. So if you're a little bit interested in what mediumship's all about, you want to see what just this class, typically I'll teach like in at least a day or more. It should really be a 2-day class, but this is a 3-hour class. So it's a general overview of an introduction to mediumship, and it's online. So go to my website at laurawooster.com and check it out.
And what time is that?
6:30 to 9:30 Eastern.
So guys, here's the thing. Wherever you're at in your mediumship development, oops, wrong way. Laura is an amazing instructor. I cannot tell you the value of you guys learning from different people. It's really, really important. Take all these little nuggets and make it your own. That's what makes us all different. So please, please, please go and learn, because I think it's phenomenal. And Laura, again, is an outstanding instructor, so teacher, educator, and she has passion for this work with authenticity and integrity, and that's hard to find in today's world, guys. People that are going to teach.
Very kind of you to say. Thank you.
It's all true.
What do you have, Elias, coming up?
Podcast audience today with the fifth dimensional beings.
What?
Laura, come back from the Twilight Zone. Come this way. Pronouns, remember? Nouns, remember? Share. Okay. No idea what you're talking about. I'm sure it's wonderful. What do I got going on? What I got going on is a couple things. My past life class coming up November 6th, 13th, and 20th. That's
Great.
Still available. We are tentatively, because my person from Florida, the publisher from Florida, just connected back this morning. The book launch, it will be launched tentatively on November 14th, tentatively. And that is a cool date, because that is the date that I, back in 1966, when I first came to America. So it's like a new chapter. It's also November 13th was my divorce. So November 14th is always like, it's the new chapter day. So like this. Oh, the fairies. Thank you, Dolores.
Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I was like, what? I was trying to figure out, did we mention fifth dimensional beings during this half hour? Yes, I'm doing a podcast at 3 p.m. with Karen Kay, and she is the fairy whisperer. I'm so excited.
Fairy and mermaid, right? And mermaid.
Yeah. She's more focused on the fairies now.
Okay.
That's her focus. Yeah.
Okay, because I saw that and I sent it to Delora right away. So I'm typing English. I know, but you didn't say what it was about.
Yeah, I was focused on what's right now. Not 3 p.m. Eastern.
Yes, so that's coming. And also, Delora, what did we say? October 20th? Is it October 20th? So I'm trying to, because Laura's just, she's just a trendsetter, and I am trying to follow in her pattern. So I'm going to do my first podcast. Remember, we both have podcasts on mindbodyspirit.fm.
We do.
I'm going to do my first live podcast via Zoom. A little nervous about that. So yes, October 20th. So if you want to be part of the podcast on October 20th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, that's a Sunday. Please email info@eliaspatrick.com, and I'm going to give them a link in a little bit. But if you want to be part of the podcast, you don't have to show your face, but we can hear your voice. You can type in the chat. We're going to talk a little bit about your inner voice and how you trust it, and ask questions regarding the inner voice, and then we'll do a couple reads. So who knows? It might be mediumship, might be psychic. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So that's what's happening. And
Great.
November 15th is your sobriety date. Excellent. Excellent.
Congratulations, Joy.
That's wonderful. Wonderful. And continued prayers, Joy, for everything that you have going on. Continue prayers. All right, everybody. Thank you for being on today. Remember, go like and follow Laura's YouTube, my YouTube, and and maybe next time we come on, we might have a special announcement that I'm going to talk to Laura about now. So I'll tell you guys soon. Remember, always trust your intuition, guys. Thanks for watching so much.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Have a wonderful week.
Amazing week. Take care, everybody. Be well.